All right, we got our camera backed up far enough. Oh my God, Midgards messer. And this is like a shot of testosterone, isn't it? This is the draugur or dragger. Like I tried to drag her out of the mall the other day. My wife, she wouldn't go. But Draugr or Draugar being the plural form of the Viking or Nordic undead. So, of course, it's a zombie killer. Okay, we've got undead, we've got vampires, we've got zombies, we've got draugr. So, we are gonna bring some heat to those boys. I've already got it specially lasered so that it will repel them as I slice their heads off. And they're already dead, but that should bring some pain to them. This is interesting. I really was going to go for the red splashes, like Microtech did their zombie knives and stuff. But this is like a synthetic. So, I mean, Microtech did that on their aluminum handles, which you can do, and then bake that in or whatever you do with the total color scheme. But that's not going to work here with this. So we had to leave off the blood. We're going to have to get that organically, obviously. This thing is almost 3 pounds. It is 10 millimeters thick. Hold on. You're not going to believe me unless I do this. So I got to do this, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. It's 11 millimeters. Hold on. 0.41. 10.4, yeah, 10 millimeters. Squeeze hard, 0.4 of an inch. That's a lot of millimeters for blade stock. Now let's see if we can wrap our arms around this one. It's an inch, a little over an inch at about 27 millimeters on this, and it doesn't really change up and down here. 28 millimeters at, just a little over an inch. So 2 pounds. I laid it on this scale. This scale did something weird when I laid it on here. Let me show you how my little scale that I use for my knife reviews welcomed the draugr. It did that. What does that mean? I think it means overload. I put it on my postal scale, and it's 2 pounds 14, 2 pounds 15, and I think that doesn't count the sheath. So I got this from Dirk Hofmeister. Obviously, he is the owner of Midgards Messer in Germany, so this is German made with the crazy steel, the 1.2842 steel. It's like an O2 tool steel equivalent, okay? So this will give you a little bit of like O2 and the 1.2842 as it goes across, and then of course it crashed on me. So where do we go from there? and across here as well. You can see it come out, and it cut the vanadium off. Okay, but look up O2 or the 1.2842, and yes, it's some big, badass, heavy tool steel that he says he brings to a 60 HRC. So this ought to rock and roll. Now, the edge I had on it was a little bit more of just kind of a working edge, and it wasn't quite as sharp as I wanted it to be. And so now, I mean, I went to work on it a little bit with my stones, and so I got it to slice a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it'll actually slice, which is amazing because it's just too insane. It's too thick really to be a good slicer, but I did get the stones on it and brought the edge to a little more, usable as far as, slicing goes. Otherwise, it's just going to chop things down. It's an axe. And let me ask you this. there you go. If you want to axe something, just do this. See, this is what I got. And I already did a review on this. And what am I trying to do? Oh, yeah. Well, it's magnetic. It's got magnets behind here that hold this in place. And then this extra little thing has actually got a magnet, swings around and meets here. So it holds it up. It's on your belt. The reason I didn't have an enclosed sheath is because he also lasered skulls on here and all the way down. If you take these handles off, all the way down, it's got skulls. So kind of a showpiece. And then these are the screws. I think those are like a 10, number 10 Torx. And of course this, and I've got the claw hammer attachment, and I've got a single claw type attachment for going through car doors or whatever. I don't know, but this is a big bad boy. So, you know, and I started off with the Viking. Now this is one he didn't make in his own shop because he doesn't do folders in his own shop. And then I added this lanyard from Bony Buddies. But I do have a Viking lanyard that he made, and it should be on this knife, and I'm going to have to rethink that. But this, I mean, this is a hoss. I mean, look at my Viking, Midgards Messer Viking review on this. This is incredibly big, fat, and heavy. And then, of course, this is your smartphone and bottle opener. And this can go on, this is for belt. You know, this will go on your belt. So I did get the smartphone attachment, and I thought, nah, let's just do the belt because the smartphone, it lays on a pad to charge. And I go, so that's not going to work. And it's going to make my smartphone heavy too. So I'll just do the belt attachment, and then I've got a blade, you know, and then also maybe, you know, some kind of a striking area tool, but also a bottle opener, and it's all lasered up. It's crazy, and yeah, that's sharp. So I mean, that's nice. It's interesting, that's for sure. And it just, you know, snaps right onto place there because it's got magnets, as you can see. So he makes a lot of different knives that can go onto a belt buckle, or that can go on the back of your smartphone, small little carry knives, up to monsters. This is not his design. This design was sent to him by a buddy of his, and if I find that his name, I'll put it down here. But he made it, and then it was on his Instagram, and it was a black handle. There was no laser work on here, but I saw it and I go, I gotta have it. You know, I mean, it was one of those lust things. So I contacted him through his Instagram and said, I got to have it. I don't know what you call it. And he calls it the monster. But on his site, I believe it said draugr, D-R-A-U-G-A-R. This impact, yeah, just gently laying it on the windshield would probably go right through that. This is Haas. And how is the ergos? Well, the ergos are insane because, you know, you can be here or you can be here. This seems more comfortable for me, and also for the balance of the knife. Oh, by the way, you probably want to know how big this is. It's like a not quite 9.5 inches, 9.25 inch. At what, 23.5 centimeter long blade, and then overall 15.5 inches at what, 39.5 centimeters, almost 40 centimeters long. So I mean, it's a honker, it's a hoss. These look like probably a number 10 here for, and I don't know if I don't have a number 10 sitting around here, but that's to take these off. Check it out. That's all kinds of crazy, isn't it? I like the way he did this. I like the way he did the whole knife. And of course, it's not a practical knife. I never intended it to be that way. I've got fixed blade knives that are real practical. And, you know, small carry, bigger, bushcraft. This is going to take down something really big if you swung it. And I've been dying to do that in my yard. And my wife goes, you cut down any of our landscape and I'm going to murder you, probably with this knife. So I'm gonna get out, and I promise I'll try and film it if I do. But I'm gonna put this into something. I really am. It just begs you to do that. And if any zombies come by, they're in trouble, big trouble, or the undead Viking spirits, whatever. I'm gonna send them down the hole right there. But this is just amazing. Thickness behind the edge, about 5.5 inches. I don't know. Thickness behind, let me see if I can get right up behind that edge. Yeah, nothing to brag about there, buddy. 1.5. So, yeah. But, and see, this, I couldn't put this on my KME. No way to do that. So I just put it on a flat surface and then held it at an angle and took my diamond stones and then just hand did it. So the edge is not going to be the most evenly done, okay? But it's definitely a sharper edge than the initial working edge he put on here. But wow, does it really make a difference? It's not going to do any fine slicing. It's just going to absolutely crush anything that comes in contact with it. And it's a beast. It's a beast. And I love it for that. I mean, I always like going way off the end of the wharf, and I think I've done that. And he said he could not laser skulls on this knife because it was too big for his laser machine. And then all of a sudden, so many days later, after I'd ordered it and paid for it, he sent me a picture, and sure enough, he had lasered the skulls in here. And it smells like, if you smell this blade, it smells like burnt something, like burnt electrical wires. It's not a real pleasant smell, but then again, is there something that's supposed to be very pleasant about this knife? I don't think so. I think it's supposed to be Mr. Unpleasant. Does not play well with others. And yeah, it does because, of course, all the laser work on here. Check the skulls out. It's just a badass. I just wanted to throw it on my channel. There's nothing I can really tell you much about other than, okay, the ergos are fine here. And then I can tuck in here. And then my little finger goes right on the side of that. So if you've got Mongo hands, welcome to the party because you'll be good too. Mine are not Mongo, but woof, baby. And then you can back it up. Now, if I back it up, I got 2 fingers in here and the other 2 over there, on the back side. Actually, this just feels so much better because it's up closer because there's so much blade. This is more balanced in my hand. And your arm may get tired. It's amazing what 3 pounds of knife can do in your hand after you wield it for a while. It can get a little bit tiresome. But I don't know how long you'd have to wield it to get your job done. I mean, you could cut cord with this, probably split logs. God only knows. We might have to try some of that. Pinion wood. There you go. Arizona, pinion wood. You put that in your chimenea. Hey, I got to get some. But yes, I like it. It's so thick and heavy. Great tool steel. Obviously, it's not stainless. Obviously, it's not a crucible powder. It's not a super steel. I get that. I'm good with that. But yeah, it's just a beast, just a beast. And all these other knives, I know this is D2, but the other ones that he does in his shop are the 1.2842 type of tool steel. Okay, and I don't know going forward if he's going to experiment with other steels or not, but look on his site. I'm going to give you the link to his site and check him out because he does, I mean, I do like the designs of the knives and axes and stuff. This is the Vidar Rescue Axe, by the way. And it's going to get some rescuing done, I'll guarantee you that. Especially with that claw attachment on the back or the claw hammer double. prong on the back. Wow, that's just beastly. But the hammer time, it'll bring hammer to the situation. So these are all beasts. There's no little light, little gent carries there, but he does have some really small knives that would be very discreet carry, fixed blades in his arsenal there if you look on his site. And his prices are reasonable. He shipped this, and when I got this, and when I got this, and when I got this, they all came DHL. Okay, so what I paid for this included the DHL shipping, and so you'll have to check with him for his pricing because I don't want to sit there and name it. This is a very individual thing because I had different kind of scales and I had all this laser work, and then I had him make me this sheath, which the Starship Enterprise could go into. That's an absolute massive docking bay for this. All right, get out of here. I'm not going to knock my stand over with this thing. I'm going to leave you to it. You know what we do. Somewhere under this beastly mess, we love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.